Hello, it's Bill from Santa Monica, California. I got it right again. Um, Today was one of those days. It's messed up. These come. Usually my days are messed up or really good. I can't seem to find a happy medium somewhere in there. I don't know why that is, but it seems to be that way. But I mean, my my messed up days aren't messed up like I didn't have a car crash or something like that. I My messed up days are it's hard to describe, but anyway, with this storage thing, uh, I didn't go there today. There's a bunch of reasons behind that, but I'm going there tomorrow. Um, I'm gonna just start with that. The reason I was having such a hard time to get my thoughts together was because I gotta have a whole new game plan from what I had planned on. And again, this is all due to a lot of different things, but I'm gonna still take the blame for all of it because it's where it lays. Uh, I learned my wife used to do shipping and selling on eBay all the time, so I was going by helping her when she did it. I mean, I had an account and stuff like that, but it just wasn't a big thing for me. But I would always give her a hand if she needed it, and so I know how to do it and all that. Apparently, since since I used to help her and now there's this big difference. Uh, they are expecting me to foot the bill for all of the shipping, uh, and they're gonna retain the money in their account, which, you know, for the average person, that really doesn't matter a whole lot. But think about eBay having all of that money in their account for 30 days, for 10 days, uh, any day more than a day is too many days. Especially where they're expecting me to cover the shipping and still wait for that money. So that's not the selling I'm gonna. First of all, it doesn't even fit within the parameters that I intended to start this with. So that's out. I have two or three auctions. I'm not. It's not anybody else's fault, so I'm not gonna cancel all of anybody that anything I have to obligate to. I'm going to, but I closed all the other auctions that I had running. So, and I got to figure a few things out. That was the easiest thing for me to do, to come up with money for us to progress forward. It genuinely was the easiest because you have to, you got to be out collecting. You don't have to, but it makes perfect sense because you're going to find so much that you can use in the alleys and out gathering. I call it scrounging. Um, it just would work perfectly. So I haven't given up on the idea of utilizing what is found. We just have to find a better avenue for it. to be sold. So, and I've tried to list a couple of things on Craigslist. I may have been a little too quick to make a decision with them, because I tried to list the um, the little scooter thingy. What do they call that thing? I can't remember what it's called. But anyway, the scooter, the electric scooter that I had gotten. I guess it falls underneath of the motorcycles. So when it's in motorcycles and automotive, I guess they have to it's charged. I don't know if it's by law or what. Anyway, those are charged accounts, but anything else is still free. So if that's the case, I think we can still use them. So the only disappointing part is anything I find in Santa Monica, everybody here can afford. So it was good to find it here and be able to list it on eBay, because it was a great selling place. Because you're not gonna find, no matter where you're at, you're gonna find good quality stuff to sell. I know, because I've just been doing it for so long. But you can, in most places, it's not even a thought. It's not an issue, because you're lucky to find something that somebody else can use, and in that same area you're going to be able to find somebody that could use it. Here, everybody has so much freaking money that it's easier for them to go buy the one they want. And I mean, that's almost prejudice, but it happens to be really 80% true. I mean, there's probably about 20 or 25% of the people here that doesn't apply to, but it's a small percentage. I am assure you of that. But anyway, why did I get off on that? I did it again. I started rambling about some stupid thing. I'll only figure it out when I watch this again. I gotta learn how to use that editing thing. So let me get back on track with something. Oh, I was getting to having to readjust my idea in terms of ability to make legal money. I have some ideas that I can work with, but again, the scavenging would be ideal. But there are literally a million different things. I mean, we're not trying to make hundreds and millions of dollars, so to make a few $100s a week, all it takes is, I'm making it sound easy because it is easy. You probably just never stopped the rat race long enough to see how easy it was to not be in the rat race. And I promise you, if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. So it's not easy. But in comparison to what you do for a living and what you're losing in life, trust me, it's a whole lot easier and a whole lot better for you and your family and everything. Like I said, my father did very, very well for himself, and we never, ever went without. And I have nothing bad to say about any of that. at all. Um, it's a great way to have grown up, but money isn't everything, and I never had any children, and there's a reason for that, and I don't think I would have been a good father. I think I'd be a great father now, but I wouldn't want to have. I wouldn't have been ready, and so I'm not gonna do. My father did it the best he could do with what he had, and I can appreciate that. But I know I wasn't ready to be a father, so I don't know why I'm babbling about that. Um, I remember this is back when I lived in Florida. This is an interesting story. I'm sorry, not funny, but interesting. Um, and the younger group probably would never even remember him. And it was at least 25 years ago, I think, when the last time I read about him. He used to have a column in the newspaper. Percy Ross, I think his name was. I'm positive I wrote him a letter. And he was a wealthy I can't say the word. I have words I can't pronounce anymore, and that's one of them. I can't know what's the other one. I have some funny ones. I can't say them right now because I'll forget what I say. Anyway, uh, he had an article. He was running out of money. He knew he was running out of money, and that you know, his column was going to end, and so on and so forth. He wanted to try and leave one last effort for everyone to think of. So he sent out in his column. He said, if there was any ideas for people to be able to sustain a living uh, with very little or no money to start up. So I wrote him a letter because I could think of 100. I could think of 1,000 ways to do it. And so I wrote him a couple of letters of ideas that I thought would be suited. But the column never came out. It never answered. So I don't know if he passed away suddenly or if he literally was that out of money. I don't know. But I never ever heard back from him. But I remember writing that letter. And it was about the same time. In fact, I think I owned a salvage yard at the time. And that was... If I can tell you to do anything in your life, make sure that you find whatever it is you call job is something you enjoy doing. And I promise you, if you do that, you're going to be a success. And I don't mean financially. You're going to get that too. But you're going to be the entire, full-rounded human that you want to be. You're going to have a successful family that loves you, that has the time to be with you. You're going to have everything because you enjoy it. And my father knows how to make money, but he doesn't know how to enjoy it. So what's the purpose? And he should have been a pro golfer. He could have been, I'm sure of that, because he's that good, or was. And he never pursued it. And he really should have, because he was wealthy enough that all summer long, he literally would play 36 holes of golf every day. Who has the time to get out of work to play 36 holes of golf every day for the summer. And my father did. And I mean, that's the kind of, that's how much he loved the game of golf. But he instead decided to be a developer. I mean, I think a pro golfer, I'm pretty certain that they make enough money. But anyway, if, if I could give any advice to anybody out there, even if you're thinking about this, don't be thinking about it if the only reason you want to do it is for the money, because that is no reason to do anything. So if you think that it's going to be, even along the way, you find something that you enjoy doing and you can build a life with that, have fun and enjoy your life, and I hope the best for you. If owning a food vending cart is something that you're interested in, then by all means, have at it. And we're gonna figure out a menu, but I'm gonna figure out a menu for Santa Monica. That doesn't necessarily mean it's gonna work in Boston. It doesn't mean it's gonna work in New York. I mean, I'd be happy to work with you on that. And that's another reason. I forgot I should say hi to John. I'd like to say John, and this is another reason that I really believe it would be fantastic, if for no other reason, is to just be able to pick his ear a little bit about some of those ideas or concepts that I don't have the expertise for. I know I can help figure it out, but he would just know instantly, practically. And he would know, oh, you're going to build the cart and you want to do it for Boston? Let's shoot for this. And then if they're in Boston's a big market, so there's a very good chance there'll be more than one. And, instead of competing against each other, I'm sure somebody like that would be able to say, hey, this is what we're going to do, so everybody has a fair share and a fair market. So those are the areas that if I have to wade through it, I can figure out. But that, again, is why I'm personally reaching out now through these videos to John. And like I said, now that I'm going to get a fresh start come this first of this month, and hopefully it's all me, get all of these kinks worked out, we can have a smooth, fresh, that's what I'm going to work on these next 8 or 10 days, whatever I've got left to the first. I want to have a new, fresh ideas / concept for generating money, starting with that $221. And I'm still really leaning towards being able to just do the scavenging. But again, there's a lot of questions there that, storage issues, selling issues, all of that. So I don't want to have another false start. So I'm really going to focus on that in the next 8 or 10 days here, so that we have a good, clean, fresh start on the first. I'll try and keep you guys updated. I don't really have any followers yet anyway, so I was actually going to start pushing a little harder to get noticed, but there's really no reason right now other than me getting more into the habit of not missing recording each night, because that is literally a habit I have to get into. So there might even be a point where I feel better to just start fresh with all of these. I don't know, I'll have to review them right from the beginning. It might make more sense to just leave them on there and let people figure out how much of it they need to see, and so on. I don't know. I'll have to review it from the beginning. But I got until the first to figure that out. I'm trying to. I'm really. I am disappointed in a lot of ways about the eBay thing because the way that they're running it right now, if I own stock in that company, I don't think I know what I'd be doing is selling it. And if I owned stock in it, I'd have been selling it. I think probably long before now. My brother made quite a living through eBay, and I mean like six-figure income. And I wanted to see how well he was doing because it didn't seem to have the same activities that I remembered. And I looked his up, and his account was closed. And now I know why. There's no way, especially with my brother. I mean, what he makes. I mean, people are paying $5,000 and $6,000 for what he makes, and it's considerable in size and weight. Most of them, not. No, I'm sorry. It probably a third of his is that big, heavy, and then middle, and then the smallest is probably like 35 pounds, up to maybe 75. Well, I think he only uses UPS. I think 75 is their limit. So, uh, but anyway, the cost of shipping something like that, if he's got to do that for 30 days and he's making a six-figure income, I can understand. He'd have $15,000 in shipping out that eBay is collecting interest on. It, they don't cut him a check for the interest. And I guarantee if they did, they're not going to give him the interest he gets in his bank. So, I can see why he closed his account. I mean, I left mine open because I'm going to settle out with all of these people. I don't want, nobody else did anything wrong. But as soon as I'm cleared out, that's it for me on eBay. So, if anybody hears this and wants to try it, you can try it. I'm not discouraging you, but I'm not happy with it. So I'm going to try Craigslist again. I'm sorry, my tongue is tight. I might have been a little bit prejudgmental on that because when it asked me for, it was going to charge me to list that electric scooter that I found, and not that I got to pay on eBay as well, but I figured at least there it's gonna sell, or if it doesn't, I don't have to pay. On Craigslist, it's either way. But again, it's only automotive, motorcycles, scooters, and I don't know if that's by law or if that's because they're so expensive. I don't know. But whatever it is, it might be with boats too. I didn't even try that. But I got a little time to think and come up with it. Like I said, we're only looking to make $221 a month, but I want to make as much money as I can. So like the first month, by like the 6th month, I want it to be producing more money than we can use so that we can get ahead of our cart. So my goal is to be able to, from the first of the month, when I literally start, the goal is to be able to be operating for at least a month. When I used to do the commercial restaurants, like On the Border and Chili's and Outback Steakhouse and places like that, they would have a friends and family night and swamp that place. And that's what my mind does. I'm hoping I'm explaining the right thing. I was building on the borders. What the hell was I telling you? I'm sorry, guys. It's just what happens. I am sorry. I'm only going to figure that out when I watch them. That's what happens. And it happens that fast. I could be right in the middle of it. And it goes away. Well, I'll watch when I watch it tonight. If I don't like it, I'll redo it. But it is getting kind of dark, so I'm probably going to have to live with it. But I am done enough that I can watch it and see if it's too much. Because I don't like, I hate when that happens. So let me do that. Yeah.